Let's be real for a second. Have you ever felt like you just can't move on because you haven't gotten closure? That last conversation, that one apology that you needed. Like if you just had that one thing, you'd finally be able to let go. Trust me, I have been there. But here's what nobody tells you. Closure is a myth. It's not something somebody can just give to you. It's something that you create for yourself. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Before we continue, welcome to another episode of What the L. I'm your host, Elle Kramer, where I host new episodes every Friday, trying to help you improve your life. Without further ado, let's break it down. So, why is closure an illusion? Your brain craves resolution, a clean ending, a full circle, clear-cut moment. But life doesn't always give us that. People leave without explanations. Relationships end without clarity. Sometimes relationships begin without ever having a title. Some wounds never get an apology. And if you're here waiting for that perfect ending, you'll stay trapped in pain. Because here's the truth. Even if you got the closure you think you need, it wouldn't change what happened. And it definitely wouldn't take the pain away. Healing doesn't come from getting answers. It comes from gaining acceptance. So why do we struggle so much with this? Because your brain is wired for stories. Think about every great movie, every song, every viral video. It follows the same rhythm, a beginning, a middle, an end. The classic story structure. That's how we process life, a beginning, a middle, an end. But when something ends so abruptly, when someone ghosts you, when a breakup happens with no explanation at all, when you're left with what ifs, it creates an open loop, a box that can't be checked off. And your brain, it hates open loops. That's why you keep replaying old conversations, looking back at old messages, going to their Instagram following and looking at who they added to the new list. This is why you feel like you need closure to move on. But here's the part that most people don't realize. You don't need them to close the loop. You can close it yourself. There's a toxic belief in our culture that says, if they explain why they hurt you, then you'd probably feel better. If they apologize, then you would probably be at peace. This is all a trap. Because if you got that last conversation, would it really change anything? Or would it just give you another reason to hold on for something that is already gone? Because closure isn't about getting answers. It's about accepting that some answers don't matter. So how do you actually move on? How do you stop feeling stuck? Here's what most people don't realize. You don't need a conversation, you need a decision. Here are 6 steps to finally heal without closure. Number 1, rewrite the story. Instead of saying, need closure, start saying, I choose to move on. You have your own narrative. You get to decide what this meant for you. Number 2, cut off the open loops. No more checking their socials. No more rereading old messages. No more looking for signs. Well, this is your sign. Every time you do that, you reopen the old wound. It's time to let it close. Number 3, shift your focus. Your brain needs a new obsession, so give it one. Pour your energy into your own fulfillment, your own goals, your own life, your future. Number 4, remind yourself of the truth. Closure is not a conversation, it's a choice. And you get to make it right now. Number 5, make a villain if you need to. If you keep romanticizing the past, you're making it harder to let go. See the situation for what it really was. It's time to take the rose-colored glasses off. Stop trying to rewrite the history. Number 6, you need to give yourself permission to move on. You don't need their apology. You don't need their explanation, but what you need to decide is that you're done. At the end of the day, waiting for closure is like permission for waiting to be free. But here's the truth. You don't need permission. You already have the key. You can decide right now that you're moving forward. You can choose right now to let go of the need for answers. Instead, accept it. Because healing isn't about what they say. It's about what you decide. And today, you decide to move on. If you're here, it means you're looking for real answers, not just fluff, not just motivation that fades in 5 minutes, but actual real life strategies to improve your mindset, improve your emotional health, and honestly, your entire life. And trust me, I have been there. I know what it feels like to feel stuck, to replay the past, to want something more, but not knowing where to start. That's exactly why I created What the L, because we all need small steps to improve our lives. So, if today's episode gave you some new insight, imagine what we could do together every single Friday. If you like this episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button, follow What the L, because every week I'm bringing the real talk that actually helps you change your life. You don't have to figure this out all alone. You don't have to stay stuck. You definitely don't need closure to move on. What you need, a new way of thinking. And that's exactly what we do here. So go ahead, subscribe now, lock it in. Make sure you hit that follow. Make sure you listen to new episodes on Spotify and YouTube. Those are exclusively video only. Apple Podcasts, Amazon, all of that other jazz. That's all audio only. And I'll see you next Friday. I love you. Bye.
Ay.